kyedae. After playing Duelist for over 2 years, you've shifted to the role of initiator for your team. How have you adjusted to this new playstyle?
From asking to, asking my players to break recon, from being the guy who will break recon and recon now. Yeah, it feels all right. It's like new challenge for me, and it's like a reset for my entire thing, because all these two years I've been playing only Duelist. Now it's a new role. I have to learn a lot of new things about initiator, calming myself down, not to give up my life easily in the game, like not taking unnecessary duels or not taking risks. So yeah, it's been hard in the beginning stages, but we have a really good coaching staff and players who help me to develop as a really good initiator. I've been still working on that, but yeah, I think time by time I'll get better at this role and dominate.
Awesome. Thank you. Next question is to Redgaar from Adarsh at Sports KeyDA. You come from a roster where every single teammate spoke the native language. How do you think your transition to a multinational roster like Team Liquid will affect your role as the IGL, considering you and Nats are the only Russian players?
I don't think that there is a problem, because I know how to speak in English and he knows also. And our communication, like sometimes at the beginning you have some problems, like to find out what do we mean and to see. But right now we understand pretty clear what are we thinking and what we want to do. So it's pretty simple, like just need the time to adapt to that.
Thank you. And next question goes to Jesse Vash from Sports KeyDA Adarsh. Which team from NA or EU are you looking forward to playing against the most?
I don't have any specific teams actually. For me, playing against NA and EU team is one of my goals, because I also want to prove that we from APAC also can win against these NA and EU teams, because normally people always underestimate APAC teams.
It's true. It's
Thank
actually
you.
true.
Next question
People
goes to
underestimate the shit out of
Redgaar
APAC teams,
from
including his team.
DubsteP GG NK. It's been a while since we've seen you and Nats on the stage. How excited are you to finally be competing, and how
Redgaar looks
easy
like
or hard
Nitro.
was it to switch
Maybe it's the
to
Liquid jersey.
comms in English?
I think it was like pretty exciting to play with the new roster, the new team. I think for every team who is here, it's pretty exciting, because we didn't play for the 6 months, if I'm correct, or maybe someone like less. And it's really important to find out in the new meta, new rosters, like new players. And I'm really excited to play it. Like also Nats, I think he's also excited with these emotions.
Thank you. And then last of the submitted questions goes to SkRossi from Sports KeyDA. You played with the same group of players for the majority of your Valorant career. Coming into a 7-man roster like the current global esports, how difficult was it to build team chemistry, considering all your teammates are from various parts of the world?
It was hard initially, because I was emotionally connected to my previous team, and now teams are like the players are from different teams, different regions, and yeah, it was hard for me as well to play from India because of the ping and not being with the team in Korea, team bonding and stuff. But like I said, like all the players and the coaching staff, they're like very kind. They always help. They always talk. We always make fun while in practice. So initial stages, it was hard. And then after games, days after days, I think we gelled up pretty good. And now after coming to Brazil, we're all together finally. Meeting them in person is like really nice, and all of them are like very humble, and they're very friendly. So it's been pretty easy for me.
Thank you. We'll now be switching to questions from remote media. If you'd like to ask a question, please use the Zoom hand raise feature. First question comes from Alan.
Yeah, so this is a question for BONECOLD. Yeah. Hi, BONECOLD.
Hello.
Hello. So you and Vitality joined some off-season event, right? So you show some appearance in that, but I couldn't call that very perfect. So how much do you think you and your team improved after that?
So for the Red Bull home grounds, we had a solid like a 1 month of practice where we only laid down the foundation. We were still figuring our roles in the team, and we got that finished for Red Bull, and now we've only we had a month and a half of non-stop practice. So we've been just laying down different things, different comps on the table. So going into this tournament, I'm very excited to show everyone how we're going to play.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Jinx.
Hello, this is Rabia from Jinx. My question is to ROSSI. First of all, best of luck for the upcoming games. Can't wait for you to pop up on the global stage. I'm
Dude,
really excited.
I love this guy. He's so
And
smiley.
my question is, like you mentioned, it was difficult for you to create that chemistry with the team in early stages, and you guys
Everyone
are
else is
meeting,
just like checked out.
for the first time IRL in Brazil. And while on the other side, other teams have been practicing, together at one place for months now. And do you think that it will affect the team performance in the tournament overall, or you guys have created that synergy that is required to beat the tough teams coming into the competition?
I think synergy-wise, other teams might have an advantage, but I didn't see any difference. Like how to say, all our practice games, even when I was playing from India, like all our scrims are doing pretty well, and we are like just making some mistakes in game. But synergy-wise, I think we are doing okay, even if we are not like playing
No, we
from
haven't seen
online.
Wonder Thieves yet.
It didn't bother us at all, unless the ping, of course. And yeah, it was pretty good. And playing in Brazil now, we are in the same room practicing from a couple of days. I think we're doing pretty good. The synergy is like not bothering us all. I mean, we're doing pretty good. Yeah.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you. Next question from Elizabeth.
Where am I at?
Hi, my question is for ROSSI. First off, I have many fans in chat right now who have stayed up to watch you. So they say hello, and they're supporting you. They told me it's AG fighting. So they're but my question for you is that we've seen you play a lot of chamber pre-nerf.
Bro,
The
it's
last
hard
match
to-
I could find of
it's
yours
hard
was
to
November
not like this
25th of
guy.
2022. With your 7-man roster, especially with 3
like a
of your
sweetheart.
teammates specializing in the duelist role,
Nitro lost
how does that
his
affect your agent
glasses.
distribution and roles?
I mean, I cannot be a one trick pony, right? And nobody can just use one agent, or nobody can stick to one role. Given that Valorant is changing every day, every season, and every update, you need to be like versatile. So I'm focusing on building myself as a player who is ready to play any agent, any type of roles, or adapting to any kind of situations thrown at me. I think that is what I'm focusing on, and it did affect a lot in the beginning, like I said, but I've been developing the skills for my role now, and I'm playing a lot of other agents. Before I used to just play like Jet and Chamber. Now I'm exploring a lot of other agents, and I've been given time to learn, and also a lot of help by the coaching staff. They're providing everything they can for me to get better at it. And yeah, I mean, I just want to be like, I just want to be a player who can play everything and get better at everything. That's the goal. I don't want to be stuck at one agent or one role. So yeah, we're doing good on that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. GE fighting.
Thank you. Next question from Solgi at VLR at BlixGG.
Hello, I have 2 questions. This first question is for Jesse Bash. So first off, happy
You guys
birthday,
did
Bash.
this.
So you'll be playing against Liquid with Nats and Redgaar, who you've already played against in your debut Games of Champions in 2021. How does it feel to go up against them again now that they're on Liquid?
We are really excited. Every players are really excited to play against them. And as you can remember, they are part of the teams that 0-13 us, Redgaar.
Look,
and
there's
Nats,
all these
so
serious people, and
this
there's a
is
fucking
kinda,
Sykko with his shirt off. This
revenge
is
match
all-
for us. So
Actually, Sykko, well,
you
Sykko
watch
doesn't
out,
raise his hand.
Redgaar.
He doesn't really count.
Thank you. And the second part of this question is for ROSSI. So for you, ROSSI specifically, since you're like this sort of icon in India, and you're like the sole Indian player playing on the starting 5, how does it feel to have like this sort of burden, the weight of all of India on your shoulders?
It feels really good, to be honest. A lot of people, like, I get this question a lot, like, there's a lot of pressure on you, there's a lot of people expecting from you. I'm like, no, this is a really good chance for me. Let's say like there's like 10,000 people watching me. They want me to perform good, and if I perform good, it's a really good. It's good for me, and it's a really good boom for Indian esports if I perform good on international stages, because nobody has ever done it, let alone play
What
on
a good
international stage.
mindset. Wow.
So I take that as a lot of confidence and a lot of pride in me. Like, okay, there's so many people watching me now. I need to perform good. It's not pressure. It just, I take it in a good way to become a superstar. If I play well, I'm a superstar. Yeah. So no pressure. All good.
Dude, that's a really good mindset. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. And moving forward, please ask one question per one hand raise.
Damn.
Just for the interest of
Another
time.
great question. Or
Next
great
question
answer.
from Arnab.
Holy.
Hi, Rossi. First of all the best for your upcoming matches. I just wanted to ask, recently we got to know that ROSSI will not be in the will not be joining you guys in Brazil. Does this has hampered your game plan,
Redgaar
the
is really
team, or
likable.
something like this?
Redgaar brings
and
like
how you
presents
guys
to
are
people at these
approaching
events.
this situation?
Like
Vronsky had
packs
some
his
personal
suitcase full of
problems,
presents.
you know, outside the game. So
Like
it's
Russian
sad for
candies and
us
stuff,
that
like
he's not
weird-
here, and
weird
it's
stuff.
you know, it does impact us. But when we practice, it's not like if Vronsky is playing, we just go out of a computer, right? We keep watching the games regardless of who's playing or who's not playing. We're a summon roster, and we just watch each and every scrim. So we know what Vronsky's role is, what his agent is, what does he do in game. So we just have to, you know, practice that with the team and build that synergy back again. Of course, it does affect us, but it's like Vronsky has played like, let's say 20 maps, and the
I will
new guy has
never
to
ask that
cover up that
question,
20
Meg,
maps as
'cause
well
I don't know
to get
what that
on the same
means.
level or better.
And
So
you
it
are a
does.
troll.
It just takes them some, you know, extra time, but we can cover it up for
bro,
him,
people
like
are
whatever
literally just
roles or whatever
laughing.
agency was playing. I think other players can pick it up because we're always
Nah, when the
watching, we're
reactions
always
are
discussing
ew and
together, we're always in the server
I'm
together,
definitely not asking
Discord,
the
all the
question.
everything basically. So it does affect us, but it's just matter of time to get back at it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, G fighting.
Keep fighting.
Thank you. Next question comes from Brandon at Esports GG.
Thank you very much. This is also for SkRossi. Got a lot of people in the chat here for me as well at about 3:30 a.m. You know, India time watching. So my question kind of follows up on all the roster questions that you had. You know, we see a couple of teams with larger rosters going into the Champions Tour this year, kind of like Evil Geniuses, and then, you know, Global Esports. My question for you is, how do the other players that are kind of brought in as substitutes fit in? Are they more for practice, more just to kind of be ready to jump in, like in a situation where Vronsky might not be able to come? You know, what are their roles when they're not, you know, performing with the starting roster?
It's all about
Who's
being
G's
ready,
roster,
you know,
by the way?
knowing about every agent. Like, let's say if a guy is not playing and he will watch the game. If he's not on the starting,
was the
you know,
controller
playing
we
fire
watched before,
on that
right?
scrim, he just
The
watches every
controller?
game and keep giving inputs on what can be better, what
thought
can
Bossy
be, you
played,
know,
like,
what
Brim when I
mistakes
watched
we are
him, but I
doing,
guess we
and
don't.
also watch all the roles of other players. So if
Why is,
anything
like,
bad
the
happens,
stand in
he can just jump in, and he knows what's the plan, what we're
have I
gonna do,
seen him?
and yeah, it's for that, and yeah, pretty much it. Like, we're always
Oh, yeah, he's
together,
on this
no
team.
matter who's playing, who's not playing. We're always together. Everybody
This is
knows
where
what's gonna happen
this
in game.
game right
Everybody
here.
knows what's the thing. Yeah. So the fundamentals won't change. The
So
plans
well.
won't change. It's just a player changing another player. That's it. Everything's gonna remain same. Yeah.
Thank you. Next question comes from
I thought he
Vincent.
played Brimy. Why do people think I'm hating on Loud?
Thank you.
I'm
Next
so
question from
confused.
Rabia.
Look at this shit, guys.
Hi, this question is for Rossi
That's how it's
again.
gonna work.
Rossi mentioned that you are now shifting to support agents. So I have a question on
God damn
that.
it, you can't see it.
Do you think you will still be able to play as aggressively as
Can't
you
see
used
it.
to be with duelists, or
Oh,
the game plan has changed a bit?
bro, these DMs are just so hateful.
Role wise, I need to
Why?
fulfill my role. It's not like I can play on aim based. It's more about
Gonna
preferring
cry,
utility
little
over
bitch?
you know,
Like,
peeking
what?
alone by myself. But the game plan,
Why?
apart from the game plan, I think when it comes to clutch
Why?
situations or any other
What did I
situations that are
do?
not planned, you know, I think that's where my inner duelists come to life and just pop off. But other than that, yeah, in the initial stages, I was just dry peeking stuff, just like how I used to do in duelists. It was just in my, you know, it's like a tendency after playing like 2 years of duelists, it just comes within of if I see enemy, just take straight up duels. But yeah, that was like costing us a lot
Bro,
of rounds, and
look at
it's
these.
a mistake doing from my role.
Just getting
But
these DMs
yeah,
from
I
random
think
people.
the first job or the first mission is to fulfill the team needs as an initiator, and
It's
then
wild. Wild
you know, just
times.
go crazy.
I don't know what
Awesome.
I did.
Also, YTR Spotify.
Sorry, Spotify.
Kidding.
We can have a debate later.
Kidding. Yeah, sure. When we meet, definitely.
Like,
Thank you. Next question from Arnab.